Hey y'all, I'm Adriana. Thanks for checking out my channel. I am going to be reviewing, swatching, and comparing this new palette from Bad Habit. This is the Retro Love palette. And if you don't know, this is a super dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. This is what the Retro Love palette looks like. And you can watch my Subculture video up here somewhere where I really go into depth about it. I really talk about it. I talked about it for I think like 30 minutes because I had a lot to say about this palette. This is Subculture and this is Retro Love. So as you can see, they are extremely similar. So I did use this palette for my eyeshadow today. I did like a cut crease and I used that blue that I was very scared of. In this one, in the Subculture palette, I was really scared of that blue. I'm going to mainly focus everything on this one. I'm not going to go crazy on the Subculture palette because like I said, I did talk about it a lot in that other video. So I did use it today. I did swatch it. I swatched it with my finger. I swatched it with a brush and I have come to my conclusion. Okay, so here are all the colors. I am going to insert swatches here so you can see them in all their glory. And then I'm also going to include swatches of Subculture from ABH so you can compare the swatches and just see how alike they are, how different they are, how similar they are, because yes, it's very similar. the main thing I want to stress about this palette is it was $10. So you can get this from Shophush. I will leave the link down below. It is currently sold out. It sold out the first day it came out. I will leave the link down below and you can check out the link, and you can follow them on Instagram and keep up with them, and they usually let you know when they're restocking stuff. Aphrodite is also coming back within a few weeks. I know in my Aphrodite video some people were like, oh, it's sold out, and so yeah, because I do not work for Hush, I cannot give you like 100% accurate restock times or anything like that. So yeah, definitely check out their Instagram if you are keeping an eye on that, and if you want to check out my Aphrodite video, I will leave it up above as well. Aphrodite is also a Bad Habit palette, and it is also a dupe. So Bad Habit, from what I have been seeing, is a dupe kind of makeup company. They like making dupes. So I was really excited when I saw that this one was coming out. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Is it going to be better than Subculture? Because Subculture had so many problems, and I was like, okay, I really want to buy this to really compare it to Subculture. Overall, for $10, this is a really nice palette. I did this whole look with it today. I was really pleased with it. As far as the like metallic-y colors, you definitely have to use your finger. I definitely had to use my finger and had to put a little bit more effort into using those metallics. Very much like the Subculture palette. The Subculture palette, I also had to apply those metallics with my finger because a brush just wasn't giving me that pigmentation that I was acquiring. So yeah, so they do have a little bit of fallout, like this blue today that I used, Free Love. It had some fallout, so exactly what I said with Subculture, do your eyeshadow before your makeup if you are going to use this palette, because it does have a lot of fallout and you don't want to have that all over your face after you've done your face makeup. So yes, so this palette is pigmented. It is a little bit powdery, but not as powdery as Subculture. It definitely was powdery, not like overbearingly powdery, and not compared to Subculture powdery. Like the one that was most powdery, which was also the most powdery in Subculture, is this like peachy pink orangey kind of color, and this is Flower Power. You can see it on my finger, maybe there it is there. And then I'm going to show you guys that same shade over here in Subculture. And Subculture, it's called Roxy. See, and that already made some powder. So did this one, but not as much as Subculture. So I'm just going to, so you can see Subculture's is still pigmented. That's one thing that I said about Subculture, is that it is extremely pigmented. You are getting that pigment. So comparing the two as far as which one I like more, I definitely still have to say Subculture, because it is more pigmented. It's not that hard to work with, honestly. If you were wondering between the two, I would definitely say Subculture, just because it is more pigmented. But this is still a really great palette. So for $10 though, this is a really nice palette. I encourage you to get it as soon as it is restocked. It is really, really nice, really pretty. If you were hesitant about the Subculture palette and you kind of want to try something that's maybe not so expensive, definitely pick this one up. If you weren't able to pick up the Subculture palette because it's just too expensive or something, pick this one up. And I mean, you can still get the same looks from this palette that you would in Subculture. It's just the colors, you gotta kind of, they're not as pigmented as Subculture. But overall, would I pick this up again? Yes, because it's really pretty, it's really nice, and I mean, you can't beat $10 compared to $42 $10.42. So if you're on the fence as far as like pricing, I would just say pick this one up. It's the same thing. This one just has more pigment, and you are just gonna have to use a little bit more of this one to build the pigment. But like I said, for $10, I don't mind that at all. I think it's a really great palette. So yeah, that's kind of it. I didn't want to get super crazy into this again because like I said, I talked for like 30 minutes in the subculture video, and it's probably why I have no views on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, you can always leave a comment down below, or always reach me on social media, which I will leave at the end of my video. And remember to like this video and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I hope I see you next time. Bye.